No. Yeah, that was a big win. Really needed that one. It was fun to do it on Monday night against a really good Jacksonville team who will be in the playoff hunt going forward. And yeah, felt good.
Jake, do you have a favorite moment from this game? I mean, you had a million great throws and so many big moments. Was there one that stands out to you above the rest?
I think just the last drive, knowing that, once they won the toss and got the ball, just basically, all right, we need a field goal. And so there's a couple third down throws that I think were big there. But I don't know, you're kind of just in the moment when it's all going on, and I'm still kind of in that mode. I don't totally even remember all the throws.
There was a scene during the review, right towards the end. You kind of laughed a little bit in the huddle as you guys were pretty close in the field goal range. Did it feel like that kind of a relief, or where you felt like you were enjoying yourself out there, finally letting yourself enjoy it?
Yeah. I was joking with Jamar, like, can't get the first down there? And I don't know, just a little sarcasm back and forth. But, yeah, I mean, it just felt like we were in rhythm. I think the stats kind of show that. And just overall, top to bottom, good offensive performance. And so a lot goes into that. I think being able to establish the run. The line tight ends did a great job. Joe Mixon ran really hard. Chase Brown came in and provided some spark on some explosive runs. And so, I just feel like I said, I'm still kind of in that mode where I'm in the moment and not very reflective, but that definitely, I think, was the big difference.
How good shape was it when the ball left your hand and the TD, Jamar, did you know as soon as the ball leaves your hand, Jamar one-on-one coverage, is this going to be good?
Yeah, I think part of the reason we had that one-on-one coverage is because we ran the ball so well. I think if you don't establish the run early like that, we're not going to have one-on-ones with guys like Jamar and T on the outside. And so I did not see any of the throw. I threw it, got hit, and then kind of just watched him run, and I saw him turn around near the goal line, and I was just thinking, why is he turning around? And he said it's because he was getting disrespectful.
Zach said, I actually two things Zach said, you were much better on third down this week than last week, and if you could kind of it looked like that last third down to T looked like the blitz. Can you walk us through that? Maybe talk about how you handled the blitz differently.
Yeah, I mean, just against the Steelers, we're in a lot of five-man protection, trying to help on the edges, which makes a lot of sense with the two guys that Pittsburgh has this week. A little bit more 6- and 7-man protection, and mixed it up a little bit. And so the difference between 5- and 6-man protection for a quarterback is huge because you just send it one way. I know where my issues are. And I felt like I played with better eyes because of that. And so I think that was kind of my main takeaway from the Pittsburgh game is, I'm peeking over here to make sure I'm not hot, and then I'm trying to go through a read and deliver it on time. And my eyes were just kind of all over the place. And so that was kind of a big thing. Coming into this week is just eye discipline.
Jake, was today emotional for you?
Surprisingly, no. I don't know why, but not really.
Maybe is that a result of the confidence you've been talking about all year?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why. I think it was partially because it came down on the wire, and I feel like I play my best football when I'm just calm and not really thinking about anything outside of what is in my control, which is just operating on offense and staying calm and delivering the ball. There are playmakers.
That 8-yard completion to TV towards the end of regulation that led to the field goal to put you guys up. How important was it to get something positive yard-wise, and how much was that the thought process of not trying to force a first down but get something to get back towards field goal range?
What are you referring to?
The one you hit TV on an 8-yard out route, got it down about the 36 that allowed Evan to go and keep the field goal.
Yeah, I think it was like third and really long. So anytime you're in that situation, you kind of start to think about the field goal and just trying to get it in range. And Evan made some huge kicks, which was awesome. And but yeah, I think that's kind of just the coaches kind of handle that a little bit more with the play call. And so once they call a play that maybe we wouldn't normally run on 3rd and 15 or whatever it was, for me it's just kind of the same read.
How much did you want to show that this offense was still good enough to be able to put up points, put up yards, even without Joe on the field? How much did y'all want to show that this still can be a capable and efficient offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think after you put up 10 points in your first start, you're kind of excited to get another crack at it, where you feel like I had a better week. I kind of knew, I was able to reflect on going through a week of it, which I can watch Joe or whoever I've been behind do it a million times. It's different once it's you. And so I was able to kind of reflect on what was my week like, and what I need to improve. And it was the first time in a live pocket for a little while, and first time in a regular season game for my whole career. So learned a lot from the Pittsburgh game, and was really able to focus on some of those things throughout the week of practice. But yeah, I think the main thing is just having those reps and having another week of it, and we were able to put up points.
When do you think it'll hit you? When do you think what you did tonight will hit you, or will it?
I don't know if it will. I think maybe that's like a postseason thing, but I mean, we got, I think, 2 games in 12 days, so kind of got to get moving quickly. But I haven't played a lot of football, but it's not like I'm not used to winning. Like, I've won a lot of games in my career. None of them have been in the NFL until today, which is obviously noteworthy. But I'm used to winning. I've won a lot of football games in my life.
How important was it to get the ground game going? How important was it to get the ground game going, and how valuable was that for you?
Yeah, it's huge. I think anytime, like the long one to Jamar, I think part of the reason they're playing single high, I think they busted the coverage, but part of the reason they're playing single high is because they're running the ball so well. And so, just so much opens up off of that and makes my life so much easier when we're able to run the ball like that.
On top of the run game, T. Higgins' presence out there, although he only had 3 catches, did you notice a difference on how you were seeing the defense because T was out there?
Yeah, I mean, T's one of the best receivers in the NFL, and when you're game planning for us, you definitely have to figure out your plan on how you're going to handle him as well as Jamar, and then, then you have the run game, and then you have Tanner, and there's just so many different pieces that when you have somebody back like T, it does create more headaches. He's a great player.
The fourth and three to Jamar.
Jamar.
Yeah. 33 drops, which is very rare. And then,
Yes.
Zach, and then can you kind of walk us through that progression, what you saw?
I mean, Jamar could drop like 5 straight passes. I would keep throwing the ball. So I think, I'm going to have bad throws. He's going to have drops. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for him, but I would bet that the reason he dropped is because he's probably thinking I'm going to catch this and break both these tackles and go score. And so I think the next play was the 4th down. We went right back to him. And again, I thought he was going to score again. So, I think we got a pretty resilient locker room, but you know who our guys are, and I'm going to continue to throw him the ball regardless of what happens.
What did Joe say after the game?
Congrats. Joe's been great. It's nice to have him on the sideline. It's nice to have him travel down to Jacksonville. I think he's probably got some other things he could do, and maybe are more enjoyable for him. But he's come here and being supportive, and it's been awesome.
Is there anyone behind the scenes who deserves some credit that helped you get on this road, Jake?
As far as
Just all the time, 4+ years, wondering if you get a crack at this thing. When you look back at that, is there anyone that stands out?
probably my girlfriend. It's been a long road, a lot of moving, a lot of am I going to make a team? Am I going to make any money, or am I going to make just I think some of those real life chaos and kind of what happens behind the scenes. She's been very supportive, and that's been awesome to have, and somebody very calm, and that's why you always date someone smarter than you.
Was there something going on in that last drive regulation? Teddy said he was going to be a wanted man if that field goal. There were like a couple of false stats. Was there?
Yeah, I think we just had some issues on the snap, procedure and all that. But I don't know. Glad he made the kick though.
Earlier this week, you spoke about how quarterbacks in the beginning of the season, it takes them a few weeks, and then they start to hit a plateau, I think is the word you used. And you said you're not there yet. This is going to be your second start. Do you think that there's more before you plateau?
Yeah. I mean, I think it definitely feels good to have a solid performance under your belt, but I'm not planning on plateauing anytime soon. I think I can continue to get better. I think there's going to be a lot of different looks thrown at me over the next couple weeks that, there's always a new challenge. Even the best of the best quarterbacks have been doing it forever. There's always something new, and there's always some new game plan. There's always some new adversity or whatever it is. And so, I'll be focused on continuing to improve, continuing to grow as a quarterback, and, just keep playing every week.
Do you think this sets the standard for you and the team and the offense specifically going forward for what your potential is?
Yeah. I mean, I think on Wednesday or whatever day I do my press conference now, I said that it's never as good as you thought and never as bad as you thought. And so I'm sure there's going to be something where, you know, I'm watching it, and it usually has to do with how the game went. When you win, you're like, man, I'm the greatest player ever, and then you watch the tape, you're like, maybe a couple of things I got away with or something. And so there will be something. Nobody plays a perfect game. So, you know, I'll have something on a short week to get ready for Indy, and but it does feel good to have a solid performance under your belt. With the game ball, I don't know. Hopefully not lose it. I struggle with memorabilia because I always lose it, so I got to figure out something. Probably where my girlfriend comes in again. Yeah, please don't lose this. All right, appreciate you guys.